Welcome. Welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 6 of Empower. The tree theme is going to be building. We may stand in a tree, but maybe not. There's still some stuff that we have to do to build our trees. And yes, thank you for all the texts about the chickens. Those of you who missed it, the mink took the chickens over the weekend. Yeah, so we have to do something about that. But I have found a rooster, so thank you, Neve. I will take your rooster in around 3 weeks' time. So come lie on your back, and we shall begin. So landing in onto your back, find the weight of you left and right. You know, if you put weighing scales underneath your feet right now, would your 2 feet have the same weight on the floor? If you were to put your 2 hips on weighing scales, do your 2 hips have the same weight on the floor? And if you were to put your 2 shoulders or your 2 arms on weighing scales, do your 2 arms have the same weight on the floor? For me, one side is really heavy and the other one not so much. It's just really interesting. So now I want you to squeeze your feet. I would just squeeze your feet. And then squeeze your calves. You'll probably be making faces. Squeeze your calves. And then squeeze your thighs. How'd you just squeeze your thighs? I feel that. A little bit confusing. Squeeze your bum. That's very easy, it seems. Squeeze your belly. Squeeze your shoulders. Squeeze your hands. Nice. And then just rock your pelvis from side to side. So I'm keeping my knees center. I'm keeping my knees aligned in the middle. It's like I'm taking my pelvis for a walk. So left hip lifts, right hip lifts, left hip lifts, and right. And then roll like there's a clock on the back of your pelvis. And as you do this, I want you to feel like when you rock the weight over to your left hip, that your left shoulder also pushes into the floor more. And when you rock your hip over to the right, that you push your right shoulder down. So you allow your whole torso to push into the floor on the right as you go right, and to push into the floor on the left as you go left. And then go the other way. As you roll through the back of your pelvis like a clock, push into the shoulder that you're traveling towards with weight and connection. If these are confusing, it's okay. They are confusing, okay? And then just pause. So now when you check out the weight of your body, if you put a weighing scales underneath your feet, has anything changed? Weighing scales under your pelvis, has anything changed? Weighing scales under the back of your shoulders, the back of your arms. So for me, something's changed, which is very interesting. Great. So stretch your right leg up towards the ceiling and then bend your knee and squeeze your right knee down towards you. Stretch your leg up towards the ceiling, stretching into the back of the heel, the back of the thigh, the back of the calf. Even try and bring your foot more close towards your face as you do it. And then bend your knee and squeeze your knee down. And again, stretch your leg, feeling the back of your leg lengthening. Bend your knee. And then one last time, stretch your leg, back of your leg is lengthening. Bend your knee. Nice. So lengthen your leg towards the ceiling and now turn your toes towards the right. Right toes towards the right. And now bend your knee like you're trying to bring your heel to your pubic bone. And then stretch your leg all the way straight. Turn your toes towards the right and now bend your knee like you're going to try and bring your heel to your pubic bone. Stretch your leg. One more time. Turn your toes to the right. Bend your knee like you're going to bring your heel to your pubic bone, and then just pause there. So there's kind of a rotation in my leg. There's a squeeze in my knee, and there's energy in my foot as my heel tries to come up towards my pubic bone. So I'm rotating my leg externally. Nice. Shake out your leg. And change. Lengthen the left leg up towards the ceiling. Stretch into the back of your leg. Your leg is straight. Bend your knee, squeeze it up. Straighten your leg. Pull your leg towards your face. Bend your knee, squeeze it up. Straighten your leg. Feel the back of your leg lengthening. Squeeze it in. Super. So stretch your leg up towards the ceiling. And now turn your toes towards the left and imagine that you can bring your left heel to your pubic bone. And then stretch your leg straight. Turn your toes to the left and then try and bring your heel to your pubic bone. Leg straight. One more time. Turn your toes to the left. Bring your heel to your pubic bone. It's never going to get there. Okay, pause there. Knee is rolling wide. Heel is drawing up towards your pubic bone. Feel that external rotation of your thigh, of your hip. My whole pelvis is trying to follow this movement. Nice. Stretch both legs long. Oh, shake out that left leg for a moment. And stretch both legs long. And rest on the floor. Legs are straight. And I'm going to walk my shoulders away from my pelvis. And I'm really long on the floor. I feel my legs are long. My abdomen is long. My shoulders are settling on the floor. Bring your thighs together. And now, like we did yesterday, turn your baby toe towards the floor and slide the baby toe side of your foot as high. So your heel is now coming towards your bum. And then stretch your leg long. So turn your baby toe towards the floor and now slide the right foot up along your inner thigh on the floor and then stretch it long. So as I do this, I'm making the shape of the tree in my body. But notice how the left hip wants to travel forward as you do it. So do it a few times and notice how automatically the left hip travels forward and the right knee will fall towards the floor more. So I'm sliding the baby toe side of the right foot along the floor as high up towards my bum as it'll go. And I'm stretching my leg long. And I'm just sliding my foot up and sliding my leg out. Nice. Other side. Slide the left foot up along on the floor beside the right inner thigh. Stretch your leg long. So now as you do it, your right hip is going to move forward. So we're allowing our body to respond to the weight and the movement. We're letting that right hip travel forward, but the main thing is that we're aware of what's happening. We're going, oh, look. And the higher up I go, the more my pelvis will drop towards it or reach towards the ceiling on the right. Nice. Pause. So reach your arms wide and bring your arms straight out and into a T. And then turn your palms towards the ceiling, both palms down. And then turn so that you try to bring your hands back to front, like your baby fingers are trying to come to the floor up. So roll your palms down and maybe a little bit further. How far can you roll across your hands? So I'm rolling as far as the thumb and then beyond the thumb. And it's like the back of my first finger comes to the floor. And notice there is movement in your spine. Nice. Super. One more time. Rolling up and rolling down. Super. Bend your knees and just drop into gliders. So drop your knees to the right and then draw your left knee up towards your right shoulder into gliders and then come back. But this time, like we did yesterday, super glue or vulcanize. Somebody was saying that the word Vulcan is where you become one with a surface. And so feel like you've become one with the surface of the palms of your hands on the floor as you travel from side to side into gliders. How do you keep your hands from moving? And I'm going to reach my arms even wider. So I'm making it more challenging. And I'm really reaching from the center of my chest out into my hands. And I've vulcanized or superglued my hands to the floor. So interesting, gluing my hands to the floor. It feels like there's a new layer of engagement across the front of my chest and into my shoulders to maintain that connection. Pause. Bring your arms long beside you and just wait there for things to settle. Nice. So come up to sit, all the way up to sit. Nice. Good morning. So reach your arms wide and out to the side, and then turn the right palm back to front and the left palm towards the ceiling, and turn and look at the left hand. And now the other way, right hand is up, left hand is back to front. And as you travel from side to side, reach out from your chest as well. So you're getting really open and reaching deeply through your chest. Nice. Next time your right palm is up, reach the right hand straight up towards the ceiling and bring the left hand behind you. And my chest is still a little bit turned towards the right, and I want that. So my chest is slightly turned towards the right. My right hand is behind my head. My left hand is behind my lower back. And I sit up really tall. Nice. And then slowly, see if you can just turn and look towards the left gently with your head. And then turn and look towards the right gently with your head. What changes in your shoulders as you gently look towards the right? And as you gently look towards the left. Nice. Release your arms. Other side. So turn your left palm up, right hand back to front, and then bring your left hand behind your back and your right hand into your lower back. You're not bringing them to touch or anything like that. You're just bringing them one hand behind your head, one hand into the lower back. And your chest is slightly turned towards the left. So get tall here. Nice. And then slowly turning your head and chest towards the right. What happens? Slowly turn your head and chest to the left. What happens? Where does this movement engage your body? What are you feeling? Super. Release. Both hands down to your thighs. Roll into your shoulders. Big circles. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. Turn the baby toe of the right foot out. Slide your foot up. Lift your foot up as high as you can towards you. And now you're going to reach down and look at the sole of your foot. So you're looking at the sole of the right foot. Nice. Stretch your leg long. Let it land, and then do that again. Slide your foot up and wait until your foot has lifted and it's presenting towards you. Reach down, pull your foot up towards you. Look at the sole of your foot. And again, stretch it out long. Bend your knee. Your leg engages, your knee is squeezing, your heel is coming up towards your bum or your pubic bone. We were doing this on the floor earlier. Feel the squeeze of your leg. You're not holding on with your hands yet. You're really squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Now reach down, hold on to your foot, and look at the sole of your foot. Super. Your foot comes to the outside of the left leg. Let it land over there. Hold on to your knee and sit up really tall. And then bring your belly to your thigh and look over your right shoulder and reach your right hand behind you. And now I'm holding on to the right knee with my left hand, and I've twisted deeply towards the right. Chest is opening. Breathe into your belly. Turn your head only towards the left. And then turn your head only towards the right. Head towards the left. And then head towards the right. Nice. Stretch your leg out long. Other side. So draw baby toe floor, left foot to the floor. Slide your foot up. Lift your foot off the floor with your own leg effort. And then reach down, hold on to your foot, and look at the sole of your foot. Nice. Stretch your leg out long. Let it land. And again, baby toe side down. Slide your foot up. Lift your foot up. Stretch your leg out long. Nice. Next time we're going to hold it. So slide your foot up, lift your foot up, let it hold. How does your leg work? Knee, hip, foot, engaging. They're on. Now reach down, hold on to your foot, pull it up and look at it. Super. Let go of your leg and bring your leg to the outside of the right leg. Hold on to your knee, sitting up really tall. Super. Turn and look over your left shoulder. Bring your left hand behind you. Twist towards the left. So there's this really interesting thing that happens with this yoga. So there's a bunch of people who watch this yoga but don't necessarily do the yoga. So I'm often I'm the soundtrack of people in their kitchen in the morning as they do their dishes, as they potter around. And that the random nuggets that I drop during the class, like this, the little storytelling moments, that they hang out listening to me talk about lift your knee and do this for the nuggets that I share. So keeping everything else more or less still, turn and look at your head, or turn your head towards the right, and then turn your head towards the left. And so whatever way you do this yoga, whether it's just turning up and being present to the class itself, whether it's that you begin the class and then decide that you need to go into a child's pose, whether you do all the movements and you do them with weights or something, people find their way of doing this movement. And so find yours. Last time, look over your shoulder and then release. Super cool. Push back into a downward dog, all the way back. And just find the length of you, the reach of you. Have a bit of a wiggle maybe, kind of leaning into the different structures, bending your knees and lengthening. I love connecting to my calves, connecting to my heels, the soles of my feet. Downward dog is such a gift for this. Can you really connect into your legs? Pause. Nice. Drop your right knee down, let it touch the floor. Stretch back into your downward dog. And drop the left knee down, let it touch the floor. Stretch back, downward dog. Let both knees drop down, let them touch. Lengthening back. Let your right knee come forward to your right elbow. And bring your foot to the floor, downward dog. Left knee, left elbow. Back, downward dog. Super. Both knees to the floor. Come rest into your child's pose. So child's pose, I'm going to suggest keep your arms long and up towards the ceiling. So you're reaching out through your shoulders and you're walking your fingers forward. I'm going to rest deeply up onto my fingertips. So there's a certain engagement through my shoulders, which is giving me a sense of connection. And from that connection into my fingertips, I'm pulling my sit bones backwards. I have this really deep sense of my spine. Nice. Come all the way up. Come land on the floor. So rolling over, come land on the floor. And just rock your knees from side to side. And as you rock, as you roll, then drop both knees down to the right. Bring your arms wide and turn your head towards the left side. If you want, you can turn your right palm face down and roll the left palm more face up. And then reach out of your shoulders and then let them drop. Just deepen the breath into your belly. Imagine squeezing through your bum, or not even imagine, do squeeze through your bum and push your left hip a little bit more towards the left. No, towards the right, sorry. So I'm leaning into the front of that left hip. For me, the breath wants to deepen down into the front of that left hip. It's like a sigh or a yawn or a sense of lengthening through the tissues, through the muscles, through the ligaments and tendons. It feels like such a great place to sigh into. Nice. Bring your head back to center. Bring your knees back to center. Drop your knees to the left and then turn your head to the right. And you can turn your palm face up on the right and face down on the left. And then squeeze your bum on the right and push it towards the left a little bit so you engage a little bit more into the extension of the front of your hip. And again, as I do this, I feel a sigh or a yawn or a deeper breath moving into the front of my hip. Nice. Come all the way back to center. Drop your arms overhead and then just rock your knees from side to side. And as you do so, just feel the length into your armpits as you rock from side to side. Nice. And then bring the soles of your feet together and your knees apart. So this is a double tree as such. So if I was to straighten one leg, I would be in a tree right now with one leg. So we're just really lengthening into the inner thighs in preparation for our trees. That'll probably begin tomorrow. I'm very excited about trees. I love them. So if you want to, you can squeeze your bum a little bit and create length through your inner thighs by drawing your knees a little bit wider. Like you're really intentionally lengthening your inner thigh. And then if you want to, you can imagine you're going to pull your heels towards your bum and notice how your knees engage. So it's like I'm a frog and I'm going to pull my heels towards my bum. As I do that, I widen into the lower back. So now my knees are really on in a really wholesome way. So there's no discomfort, there's no sharpness. Instead, I just feel like, wow, I'm doing like weightlifting with my knees, literally. And I have this feeling where I'm just about to pull my heels towards my bum, or I'm just about to lift my feet off the floor, but I'm not. They're still on the floor. But I feel this really deep sense of onness in my legs. And now relax, let all that rest. Be passive in your knees wide, soles of your feet together. And then one last time. Imagine or sense that you're just about to lift your feet off the floor. You can, if you want to, hover your feet off the floor and then let them land, but keep that onness that you just created. Not only up towards the ceiling, but also heels are traveling up towards your bum. Nice. Okay, stretch one leg out long, stretch the other, and rest. How super. How cool. So stay there. Pause there on the floor, connecting to your legs. You have a sense of your legs, possibly of how the squeeze of your knees, the external rotation, the length and the strength of your pelvis. I will see you all tomorrow. And have a great day between now and then. It is pouring rain here. Oh my God, it's just raining. It was such a wet walk this morning. So my back kitchen smells of wet dog. Oh dear. So great. I will see you all tomorrow. Be well. Ciao. Slán.